What if I told you the world's first human flight wasn't designed in a fancy laboratory but in the back of a bicycle shop? What if two brothers, ordinary men from a small town in Ohio, redefined the laws of nature and made humanity's oldest dream come true? This is the story of Wilbur and Orville Wright. The story of flight goes back thousands of years. From myths of Icarus and Daedalus to Leonardo da Vinci's flying machines, humans have always dreamed of soaring above the earth. But for centuries, the dream remained just that, a dream. No one could figure out how to turn it into reality. Then came two brothers with no formal training in engineering, no corporate funding, and no prestige in academic circles. They were self-taught, passionate, and relentless. Their journey wasn't easy. They faced ridicule, skepticism, and countless failures. But through sheer determination, they achieved the impossible and changed the course of history. Wilbur and Orville Wright were born into a modest household in Dayton, Ohio. Their father, Milton Wright, was a traveling bishop, and their mother, Susan, was an exceptionally skilled mechanic who often built toys and gadgets for the children. Wilbur, born in 1867, was calm, intellectual, and contemplative. Orville, born in 1871, was more outgoing and adventurous. Despite their differences, the brothers shared an insatiable curiosity about the world. One pivotal moment came when their father brought home a small flying toy. It was a simple helicopter powered by a rubber band, but it captured the brothers' imaginations. They played with it endlessly, marveling at how it glided through the air. Years later, Orville would recall this toy as the spark that ignited their passion for flight. Before they became aviation pioneers, the Wright brothers were entrepreneurs. They opened a printing business and later a bicycle shop in Dayton during the 1890s, a time when bicycles were the latest craze. Their work with bicycles was more than just a business, it was an education in mechanics, balance, and control. They learned how to troubleshoot problems, refine designs, and create stable, functional machines. This experience would prove invaluable when they turned their attention to building airplanes. As Orville once said, the bicycle is just as good a teacher as the airplane, if not better. The Wright brothers' serious interest in flight began in the late 1890s. Inspired by the work of Otto Lilienthal, a German aviation pioneer, they started designing gliders. Their early attempts were far from successful. In 1900, they tested their first glider in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, a location chosen for its strong winds and open spaces. The glider failed to generate enough lift, and the brothers quickly realized they needed better data. Undeterred, they returned to Dayton and built a homemade wind tunnel. Using this device, they tested hundreds of wing shapes and discovered new principles of aerodynamics. This innovation set them apart from other inventors of the time. One of the Wright brothers' most significant contributions to aviation was their development of a three-axis control system. This system allowed the pilot to steer the aircraft and maintain balance, solving a problem that had stumped other inventors. They also made groundbreaking discoveries about propellers. While others treated propellers like ship screws, the Wrights realized they needed to function as rotating wings, generating lift in a forward direction. These insights, combined with their relentless experimentation, brought them closer to their ultimate goal. By 1903, the Wright brothers had built their most advanced aircraft yet, the Wright Flyer. It was powered by a lightweight engine they designed themselves and equipped with their revolutionary control system. On December 17, 1903, they returned to Kitty Hawk for a historic test. The first attempt, piloted by Wilbur, ended in failure. But on the second try, Orville successfully flew the Flyer for 12 seconds, covering 120 feet. It might not sound like much, but that brief flight was a monumental achievement. For the first time in history, a heavier-than-air machine had achieved controlled, sustained flight. After their success at Kitty Hawk, the Wright brothers returned to Dayton to refine their designs. By 1905, they had developed the Wright Flyer 3, capable of staying airborne for over 30 minutes. They began demonstrating their aircraft to the military and potential investors, but their journey wasn't without challenges. Many skeptics accused them of faking their flights, and legal battles over patents consumed much of their time. Despite these obstacles, the Wright brothers persevered. Their innovations laid the foundation for the modern aviation industry. The Wright brothers' achievements went far beyond their first flight. They sparked a global revolution in transportation, warfare, and exploration. Their contributions to aviation were recognized with numerous awards, including the prestigious Langley Medal. Today, their legacy lives on in museums, textbooks, and the skies above us. The story of the Wright brothers is a testament to the power of perseverance and innovation. They didn't have advanced degrees or corporate backing, but they believed in their dream and worked tirelessly to achieve it. Their journey teaches us that failure is not the end, it's a stepping stone to success. As Wilbur once said, it is possible to fly without motors, but not without knowledge and skill. If the Wright brothers could defy gravity with nothing but determination and ingenuity, what's stopping you from pursuing your dreams? Their story proves that the impossible is often just the untried. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more incredible tales of success and innovation. Let's take flight together. It wasn't just the toy helicopter that sparked the Wright brothers' passion for flight. As children, they were voracious readers, consuming books about science, mechanics, and engineering. They were particularly fascinated by birds and the mechanics of their flight. Wilbur once said, "It is not really necessary to look too far to find inspiration. Sometimes, the simple things around us hold the answers." This mindset defined their approach to aviation. They didn't overcomplicate their designs, instead, they sought to understand the natural principles that govern flight. Their fascination grew stronger in their teenage years. While most boys their age were content with playing games or following societal expectations, Wilbur and Orville spent hours dissecting mechanical toys and tinkering with gadgets. Their parents nurtured this curiosity. Their mother, Susan, often worked on small mechanical repairs around the house and encouraged her sons to do the same. Their father, Milton, instilled in them a love for learning and resilience in the face of adversity. The Wright Cycle Company, their bicycle shop, wasn't just a business, it was their workshop and testing ground. The shop gave them financial stability and honed their mechanical skills. Bicycles were incredibly popular in the late 19th century, but they were also prone to breakdowns. The Wright brothers became experts in diagnosing problems and creating innovative solutions. They applied many of the lessons they learned from bicycles to their airplanes. For example, balance. Just like a bicycle, an airplane needed precise control to maintain stability. Durability. They used lightweight yet strong materials in both bicycles and aircraft. Mechanics. Understanding gears and chains helped them develop their airplane's propulsion system. The shop also taught them another crucial skill, teamwork. While Wilbur often focused on theoretical designs, Orville worked on the practical implementation. Their collaboration was seamless, and they complemented each other's strengths. In the late 1890s and early 1900s, the idea of human flight was often dismissed as a fantasy. Even respected scientists of the time doubted it could be achieved. When the Wright brothers began sharing their designs and experiments, they were met with skepticism. Friends and neighbors in Dayton thought they were wasting their time. Newspapers ignored their efforts, and established inventors refused to take them seriously. But the brothers were not deterred. They understood that every great idea faces resistance before it's accepted. As Wilbur famously said, "No bird soars in a calm." Their ability to stay focused on their goals, despite the negativity around them, was one of their greatest strengths. One of the most groundbreaking moments in the Wright brothers' journey was their decision to build a wind tunnel. This simple yet revolutionary device allowed them to test wing designs with unprecedented accuracy. Before the wind tunnel, they relied on data from other aviation pioneers, but much of it was flawed or incomplete. By creating their own testing equipment, they could gather precise measurements of lift, drag, and air pressure. Over the course of several months, they tested more than 200 wing shapes. Each experiment brought them closer to understanding the secrets of flight. This scientific approach set them apart from other inventors. While many relied on trial and error, the Wright brothers combined creativity with rigorous analysis. Let's return to December 17, 1903, a day that would go down in history. The weather was cold and windy, with gusts reaching 27 miles per hour. The Wright Flyer, made of wood and fabric, stood on a wooden rail, ready for its test. Wilbur and Orville flipped a coin to decide who would pilot the first attempt. Wilbur won, but his flight ended in failure when the aircraft stalled. On the second attempt, Orville climbed into the Flyer. With Wilbur running alongside to steady the wings, the plane lifted off the ground. It flew 120 feet in 12 seconds before landing gently on the sand. It wasn't a long flight, but it was enough. For the first time, humanity had conquered gravity. By the end of the day, the brothers completed 3 more flights, the longest covering 852 feet in 59 seconds. Each flight was a testament to their ingenuity, determination, and belief in the impossible. News of the Wright brothers' achievements spread slowly. In an era without instant communication, their success was initially met with disbelief. Many people thought the photographs of their flights were fake. The Wrights were reluctant to share too many details, fearing their ideas would be stolen. This secrecy made it even harder to convince the world of their accomplishment. It wasn't until 1908, when they demonstrated their aircraft publicly in France, that the world began to take them seriously. The French press hailed them as the conquerors of the air, and they became international celebrities. Success brought its own set of challenges. The Wright brothers faced fierce competition from other inventors, including Glenn Curtiss and Alberto Santos Dumont. Legal battles over patents consumed much of their time and energy. They argued that their 3-axis control system was the foundation of all modern aircraft, while their rivals claimed to have developed similar systems independently. Despite these conflicts, the Wright brothers remained focused on improving their designs. They continued to push the boundaries of aviation, proving their dedication to innovation. The Wright brothers' impact on the world is immeasurable. Their invention revolutionized transportation, enabling faster travel, global trade, and cultural exchange. Their influence extended beyond aviation. The principles they discovered, lift, drag, propulsion, have applications in fields ranging from automotive design to space exploration. Today, their legacy lives on in museums, schools, and airports around the world. The Wright brothers remind us that even the loftiest dreams can be achieved through perseverance and hard work. What can we learn from Wilbur and Orville Wright? Their story offers timeless lessons. Dream big, they dared to imagine a future where humans could fly. Work hard, they spent years testing, failing, and refining their ideas. Stay resilient, they faced skepticism, financial struggles, and technical challenges but never gave up. Their journey shows that success is not about having all the answers, it's about being willing to learn, adapt, and keep going. The Wright brothers didn't just build an airplane, they built a legacy of innovation and perseverance. Their story is proof that ordinary people can achieve extraordinary things when they believe in themselves. If you found this story inspiring, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more tales of innovation and triumph. Let's take flight together, your journey starts now. The Wright brothers' partnership was unique and one of the key reasons for their success. They had a natural division of labor that played to their individual strengths. Wilbur was the thinker and planner. He loved diving into complex problems, analyzing data, and developing innovative solutions. Orville, on the other hand, was the builder and experimenter. He was hands-on, turning Wilbur's ideas into tangible models and prototypes. Despite their differing roles, they worked seamlessly as a team. Disagreements were rare, and when they did occur, the brothers treated them as opportunities to improve their ideas. Their relationship was built on trust and mutual respect. As Wilbur once said, there was never any real jealousy between Orville and me. We worked together as one mind. Why did the Wright brothers choose Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, for their experiments? It wasn't a random choice. The location offered several advantages. Strong winds, the consistent coastal winds provided the lift needed for their gliders. Open space, the sandy beaches offered plenty of room for takeoffs and landings, reducing the risk of damaging their aircraft. Seclusion, the remote location allowed them to work in privacy, away from prying eyes and potential competitors. The Wrights developed a strong bond with the people of Kitty Hawk. Local residents often helped them transport materials, rebuild damaged gliders, and even witnessed their flights. The harsh conditions in Kitty Hawk, cold winters, strong gusts, and isolation, were challenging, but they also built the brothers' resilience. Failure was an integral part of the Wright brothers' journey. They encountered countless setbacks, from gliders that wouldn't lift to planes that crashed on takeoff. But each failure taught them something valuable. In 1900, their first glider barely left the ground. They discovered that the existing data on lift coefficients was inaccurate and decided to conduct their own experiments. In 1901, their second glider performed better but still didn't meet their expectations. This led them to build the wind tunnel, a turning point in their journey. In 1903, their first powered flight attempts were plagued by engine problems and structural weaknesses. But they persevered, tweaking the design until they succeeded. Wilbur famously said, "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." This mindset kept them moving forward, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. The Wright Flyer 3, completed in 1905, was the world's first practical airplane. Unlike its predecessors, it could take off, fly for extended periods, and land safely. This aircraft marked a significant milestone. Flight duration, it could stay airborne for over 30 minutes, covering several miles. Improved control, the three-axis system allowed the pilot to make precise turns and adjustments. Reliability, the Flyer 3 was durable and less prone to mechanical failures. The Wright brothers demonstrated the Flyer 3 to the public, earning recognition and silencing skeptics. It was this aircraft that convinced the world that flight was not just a novelty but a viable means of transportation. In 1908, the Wright brothers traveled to France to showcase their aircraft. Europe was at the forefront of aviation at the time, with inventors like Alberto Santos Dumont capturing headlines. The Wrights' demonstrations were a sensation. Crowds of thousands gathered to watch as they performed figure eights, soared over fields, and executed controlled landings. The French press declared them masters of the air. Their success in Europe also paved the way for military contracts. The U.S. Army was particularly interested in their invention, seeing its potential for reconnaissance and communication. Patent wars, their legal battles with rivals like Glenn Curtiss consumed years of their time and energy. The disputes centered around the Wrights' three-axis control system, which they argued was the foundation of all modern aircraft. Financial struggles, developing and testing airplanes was expensive. While they eventually secured contracts, the brothers often operated on a tight budget. Health issues, the stress of their work and legal battles took a toll on their health, particularly Wilbur's. Despite their success, the Wright brothers faced significant challenges. Patent wars, their legal battles with rivals like Glenn Curtiss consumed years of their time and energy. The disputes centered around the Wrights' three-axis control system, which they argued was the foundation of all modern aircraft. Financial struggles, developing and testing airplanes was expensive. While they eventually secured contracts, the brothers often operated on a tight budget. Health issues, the stress of their work and legal battles took a toll on their health, particularly Wilbur's. Through it all, they remained committed to their vision. They believed that their work was not just about building airplanes, it was about transforming the future. Tragically, Wilbur Wright passed away in 1912 at the age of 45, likely from typhoid fever. His death was a devastating blow to Orville, who described his brother as his closest friend and collaborator. After Wilbur's death, Orville continued their work, but he focused more on advocacy and preserving their legacy. He sold the Wright Company in 1915 and spent the rest of his life promoting aviation and documenting their achievements. Orville lived to see the advent of commercial aviation, jet engines, and even space exploration. He passed away in 1948, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire generations. The Wright brothers didn't just invent an airplane, they changed the way people viewed the world. Their invention had far-reaching consequences. Transportation, airplanes revolutionized travel, making it faster and more accessible. Commerce, air freight enabled global trade, connecting markets across continents. Military, aircraft became a critical tool in warfare, from reconnaissance in World War I to strategic bombing in World War II. Exploration, their work laid the foundation for space exploration, proving that humanity could conquer the skies, and beyond. The Wright brothers' story offers lessons that are as relevant today as they were over a century ago. Embrace curiosity. Their fascination with flight began with a simple toy helicopter. Great achievements often start with small sparks of curiosity. Be persistent. They faced countless failures but used each one as an opportunity to learn and improve. Think creatively. Their wind tunnel experiments and innovative control systems were the result of outside-the-box thinking. Work as a team. Their collaboration was built on trust, respect, and a shared vision. The Wright brothers believed in the power of dreams and the importance of action. They showed us that no matter how high the goal, it can be achieved with persistence, creativity, and collaboration. As you pursue your own dreams, remember their story. Let it inspire you to think big, work hard, and never give up. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to the channel for more inspiring tales of innovation and success. Together, let's explore the limitless potential of the human spirit. Let's soar beyond limits. The Wright brothers weren't working in a vacuum. Their achievements were built on the foundation laid by other pioneers of flight, and they were quick to acknowledge this. Otto Lilienthal, known as the Glider King, Lilienthal's experiments in the 1890s deeply inspired the Wright brothers. He demonstrated that sustained glider flight was possible, though his tragic death in a glider crash underscored the risks of aviation. Samuel Langley, a contemporary of the Wright brothers, Langley had significant funding from the U.S. government but failed in his attempts to create a manned, powered aircraft. His failures highlighted the importance of control in aviation, which the Wrights prioritized. Leonardo da Vinci, though centuries removed from the Wright brothers, da Vinci's sketches of flying machines showed that the dream of flight had been alive for centuries. The Wrights took these ideas and built upon them with their own innovations. They combined the theoretical knowledge of others with their hands-on mechanical expertise, creating a synthesis that led to their success. The Wright brothers' success wasn't just about determination, it was about innovation. Let's delve deeper into their groundbreaking contributions. A. The wind tunnel. The Wright brothers' homemade wind tunnel was a masterpiece of simplicity and ingenuity. It allowed them to test the performance of different wing shapes under controlled conditions. This was a significant advancement over relying on guesswork or flawed data from earlier experiments. Using the wind tunnel, they calculated lift-to-drag ratios, key to understanding how efficiently a wing could generate
32 seconds into the flight.
Air pressure distribution, critical for stability and control. B. The three-axis control system. The ability to control an aircraft in all three dimensions, pitch, up and down, roll, tilting side to side, and yaw, turning left or right, was revolutionary. Wing warping. To achieve roll control, they devised a system where cables twisted the wing slightly, mimicking the way birds adjust their feathers. Rudder and elevator. They integrated these components to manage yaw and pitch, ensuring a stable and controlled flight. C. Lightweight engines. The Wright brothers designed their own engine, as existing models were too heavy. They collaborated with their mechanic, Charlie Taylor, to create a four-cylinder engine that was both lightweight and powerful. These innovations were not just technical triumphs, they were expressions of the Wrights' ability to think creatively and solve problems with limited resources. 33. Public perception, the turning point in France. The Wright brothers' demonstrations in France marked a turning point in how the world perceived them. By 1908, aviation was gaining attention in Europe, and competitors like Alberto Santos Dumont were making headlines. The Wrights knew they needed to showcase their work on an international stage to gain credibility and secure contracts. The demonstrations. In a series of flights near Le Mans, France, Wilbur Wright wowed the crowds. He performed figure-8 maneuvers, maintained precise control, and stayed aloft for extended periods. The spectators were stunned. One journalist wrote, "The machine rose like a bird. It was a moment of awe." The crowd was silent, and then a thunderous applause erupted. Securing contracts. These flights led to lucrative contracts with the French and American militaries. The Wright brothers also signed deals with private investors, ensuring the financial stability needed to continue their work. 34. The global impact of aviation. The Wright brothers couldn't have imagined how their invention would transform the world. Let's explore the broader impact. A. Revolutionizing transportation. Before airplanes, long-distance travel took weeks or even months. With the advent of aviation, journeys that once seemed impossible became routine. Commercial airlines, like Pan Am and Lufthansa, eventually emerged, connecting cities, countries, and continents. B. Changing the course of wars. In World War I, airplanes were used for reconnaissance and dogfights, forever altering the nature of warfare. By World War II, aircraft played decisive roles in battles, from the Blitz to the dropping of the atomic bomb. C. Enabling exploration. The principles discovered by the Wright brothers laid the groundwork for space exploration. NASA's Apollo missions were a direct continuation of humanity's quest to conquer the skies. Their invention didn't just change how people traveled, it changed how they perceived the world and their place in it. 35. The emotional toll of success. The Wright brothers' journey wasn't without personal sacrifices. The relentless pursuit of their dream came at a cost. Isolation, their work consumed their lives, leaving little time for personal relationships or leisure. Neither brother married, and they often worked late into the night. Stress, the constant pressure to innovate, coupled with financial and legal challenges, took a toll on their health. Criticism, even after their success, they faced harsh criticism from rivals and skeptics who questioned their methods and patents. Yet, they remained steadfast in their mission. Their passion for flight outweighed the personal challenges they faced. After Wilbur's untimely death in 1912, Orville took on the responsibility of preserving their legacy. He donated the original Wright Flyer to the Smithsonian Institution, where it remains a centerpiece of aviation history. Advocated for the recognition of their contributions, ensuring they were credited as the true pioneers of flight. Continued to inspire future generations by sharing their story and encouraging young engineers to dream big. Orville lived to see remarkable advancements in aviation, including the advent of jet engines and commercial air travel. He passed away in 1948, but his efforts ensured that the Wright brothers' story would never be forgotten. The Wright brothers' story is more than a tale of invention, it's a testament to the power of dreams and determination. They didn't have advanced degrees, wealthy backers, or state-of-the-art facilities. What they had was curiosity, a deep desire to understand the mechanics of flight. Perseverance, an unwavering commitment to their goal, even in the face of failure. Innovation, a willingness to think differently and create their own solutions. Their journey reminds us that greatness isn't reserved for the privileged few, it's available to anyone willing to work for it. The Wright brothers taught us that no dream is too big, and no obstacle is insurmountable. If two bicycle mechanics from Ohio could defy gravity, what's stopping you from pursuing your dreams? Let their story inspire you to think boldly, act fearlessly, and chase your goals with passion. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more tales of innovation and success. Together, we'll explore the extraordinary potential of the human spirit. Let's take flight together. Asterisk.